All right, here we go with 6th grade Excel lesson 40. We got a ton of stuff to do on this lesson, so I'm going to be flying on it. If I go too fast for you, just back it up and watch it again. Here we go. When a variable or unknown value represented by a letter is multiplied by a number or another variable, it is normally written without the multiplication symbol. In other words, the equation 4 times b equals 12 can also be written 4b equals 12. b is referred to as the unknown. B is the number we don't know. Of course, we can figure it out pretty easily, but this is a simpler form of expressing multiplication. So when we write 4b, we're really saying 4 times b. Another way to write that is 4 with a big dot right there, b. But again, when we're getting into the higher math, we're not going to write either one of these. We're just going to write 4b. All right, determine the value of the unknown equation. To check your answer, put your value for the unknown into the original equation and see if you have a true statement. So here we have 3a equals 15. What number would go in there? 5, because 3 times 5 is 15. 4y equals 32. 4 times what is 32? Obviously 8. 4 times 8 is 32. Fill that in. Pause the video, do numbers 3 and 4. Turn it back on when you're ready for the solution. All right, 6x equals 24. 6 times 4 is 24. 7n equals 21. 7 times 3 is 21. 3 candy mints cost 5 cents. How much will 6 mints cost? Because 6 times 2 is 3, the cost for 6 mints will be 2 times the price of 3 mints, or 10 cents, because 2 times 5 is 10. Fill in the chart below to see how much groups of mints will cost. Notice that the numbers of mints are multiplied by 3. The cost for each combination is a multiple of 5. So we have 3 candy mints for 5 cents, 6 candy mints for 10 cents, 9 candy mints for, well, here's the pattern, 3, 6, 9, 5, 10, 15 cents, right? Or 3 times 5 is 15. Think of it this way. If you get 3 times the mints, or 9 mints, you should pay 3 times the money. Because when you get 3 for 5 cents, you're buying 3 times the number of mints, so the cost is 3 times as much. All right, pause the video, fill in these last 3 boxes, turn it on when you're ready for the solution. So we have 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. We have 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and 30 with cent signs on all those. That's simple. Now we get to the harder stuff. Number 6, 8 paper clips cost 12 cents. How many paper clips can be bought for 6 cents? All right, these are called stuff for money problems. Stuff for money, stuff for money. We have some stuff, 8 paper clips for 12 cents, and then we have some stuff, we don't know how many this stuff is, for 6 cents. And when you see a stuff for money problem, you need to set it up with these 2 arrows because it's a ratio problem. And so let me show you actually how to do all these steps. They don't really give you enough problems on this lesson for you to learn this, but what you're going to do is set it up like this. You're going to write 8p for paper clips. You get 8 paper clips for 12 cents. Try to put some sort of a letter with your numbers, like a little mini label of sorts, okay? And then you're going to leave a gap or some space right in here, and you're going to say you're going to have some more stuff for some more money. Now, my next stuff for money part, we don't know what the stuff is because it says how many paper clips, so that's left blank, and then we put 6 cents. So what we're setting up here is we get 8 paper clips for 12 cents. How many paper clips do we get for 6 cents? Do you see stuff for money, stuff for money? Once we have this, we can figure out, just like we do with equal fractions, how do we go from 12 to 6? Well, we divide by 2. And since we're dividing the money by 2, we're going to divide the stuff by 2 as well, and we get 4 right there. So your answer, go ahead and put that down, is 4 paper clips. Alrighty. Pause the video. They've already done a bunch of the work here for you, but pause the video and do number 7. Fill in the answer right here. Turn it back on when you're ready for the solution. 6 pieces of gum cost 30 cents. You can see they put the 6. You might want to put a little G in there for 30 cents. Stuff for money. How much will 12 pieces of gum cost? You don't want to put the 12 over here under the money part. You want to put it so it's lined up with the gum part. So we have 6 gum, 30 cents, 12 gum for what? We don't know what that is at first. And then what we do is we find out to go from 6 to 12, we're going to multiply by 2. So to go from 30 to 60, we also have to multiply by 2. That 60 wasn't there when the problem was first written. When we start, we just do the 30 times 2, get the 60 cents, and that is our solution. All right, that is way too fast. I'll be helping you, I'm sure, on those at school as well. But here we go with some more problems. A ratio is a comparison of two numbers or measures. For number 5, the ratio of mints to cost is 3 to 5 because you get 3 mints for 5 cents. That ratio is a 3 to 5 ratio. It can also be written to look like this. So we can write it with the word 2 between it. We can write it with a colon between it, or as the fraction 3/5, which is a 3 to 5 ratio. 3 different ways of writing ratios or relationships between numbers. You have already learned that as long as the numerator and the denominator of a fraction are multiplied by the same number, an equivalent fraction results. If both sides of a ratio are multiplied by the same number, there will be an equivalent ratio. Equal ratios are also called proportions. So in the case of the 3/5, I can change this by just multiplying by any number. 3, I can multiply by 100. It doesn't make any difference. 9/15. This is an equal ratio to that, just like it's an equal fraction to that. All right, here are some ratios that we're going to write. It says write each ratio, answer in all 3 forms. There are 11 girls and 12 boys in Nadia's class. What is the ratio of girls to boys? Girls to boys, 11 to 12, 11 to 12. Notice this is the number for girls, that's the number for boys. 11:12 or 11 over 12. Let's do number 9 together. It says boys to girls. Well, we have 12 boys to 11 girls. So you write 12 to 11, 12:11, or 12 over 11. It's okay to have an improper fraction when it is a ratio or a proportion. All right, pause the video, do 10 and 11, turn it back on when you're ready to see the solution. Boys to total number of students. So we have boys to total. How many boys are there? 12. What's the total number of students? Well, 11 and 12 make 23. So it's a 12 to 23 ratio. Another way to write that is 12:23. And by the way, the order of the numbers matters. You cannot write 23 to 12 any more than you can write 11 to 12 on this one, because see, 11 to 12 is girls to boys, not boys to girls. The order of the numbers is super important, and a lot of kids mess up on that on their guided practice and their homework. And then the last one, of course, would be 12 to 23. Number of girls to total number of students. There are 11 girls, and there are still 23 total students. So we do this, this, and that. All right, moving on. Solve these problems by setting up equivalent ratios or fractions. This is pretty tricky, so pay close attention. Julio can run 2 laps in 5 minutes. At this rate, how long will it take him to run 6 laps? Okay, this is kind of like a stuff for money problem again. We're doing laps over minutes. The ratio is laps to minutes. So we make this ratio of 2/5. So we're going to set up our equal ratio or equal proportion, kind of like stuff for money. It's like we're doing stuff for money. We're actually doing laps for minutes. Same type of an idea. So 2 for 5, 6 for what? Well, how do we go from 2 to 6? We multiply by 3, so we're going to multiply by 5 by 3 to get 15. So the answer is 15 minutes. If it takes him 5 minutes to run 2 laps, it should take about 15 minutes to run 6 laps, because it's going to be 3 times the distance, so it'll take 3 times the time. Now that's a pretty, that theory is not too great, because you should be getting tired probably, and so your time will probably slow down. But you get the idea. Okay, go ahead and pause the video, try number 13, turn it back on when you're ready for the solution. The ratio of girls to boys in Edwin's class is 6 to 5. If there are 10 boys, how many girls will be in the class? Notice it's girls to boys, so this number here is girls, and that number is boys. So you set up 6 to 5, girls to boys. Got to make sure we keep that in mind, that it's girls on the top, boys on the bottom. And so then over here, when I put boys in, I'm going to put the boys down here on the bottom and keep the boys on as the denominator of my ratio. And then I do not know this number right here for the girls. How do I go from 5 to 10? I multiply by 2. So I'm going to do the same thing here, and I get 12 girls. Again, if that was too fast for you, go back and watch it again. Thanks for watching.